So is it fun answering the same question over and over again?
Yeah.
Does anyone actually walk in here think they're going to ask you something that you've never heard before? I learned a long time ago that that's really... I'll try and make it as easy as possible, though. Or make it sound different. All right, that was my attempt of a mic check with Paris Hilton, of all people, back in 2006. What's kind of funny and ironic is that I literally came out of journalist retirement to interview both Paris and Nicole Richie for season 4 of The Simple Life. Because back then, that was like literally peak reality TV. They were huge. And this is obviously long before TikTok or influencer culture. They were the blueprint. So in this never before heard interview, I talked Simple Life. We talked motherhood, sort of, which is kind of funny because she's an actual mom now. We talked music, and we also talked about her plans to build a brand. So check out this interview. This is one of many to come. Round to go?
We do.
We good? I'm just going to get a level from you. Say hello.
Hello.
And what are you wearing today?
What am I wearing?
Cava.
You know what?
Vina Cava.
Actually, I was just getting it for the sound. I figured you get asked that all. I was trying to act like fashionable. Like I gotta be honest. You look good. I don't know what you're wearing, but it looks great.
I want to ask that question, so you succeeded in what you were trying to.
You have no. I've been doing this for a minute. Been doing it for a minute. All right. I guess we should. I mean, the main thing is, for here, I'm here to try and promote as much as we possibly can do. I guess congrats on season 4. Yeah, I mean the obvious question that everyone's been asking. You know, can you tell us a little bit about season 4? Are you excited, surprised? What are the feelings, emotions coming up with season 4?
I'm really excited. I think it's the best season I've done yet, and I really enjoyed it. And it's basically the premise is me moving in with 10 different families and becoming the wife, household, mom person.
I mean, when I'm smiling, sure, I'm smiling, but I think a lot of people also. I'm going to get a little closer to you. Voices, soft. We kind of both smiled about you being the mom and stuff like that. I mean, I gotta be honest. I didn't have an experience being a dad ever. What was it like for you being this quote unquote domestic diva, as they put in the press kit for me?
What do you mean?
Well, they said that that this season, with the difference on this season is you're doing stuff like more on the domestic side, become mom. What was that experience like for you?
It was a good experience because I really learned a lot, and just how hard it is to be a stay-at-home mom, and people don't realize that, but it's a lot of work.
I think when we first interviewed you on this series, your answer to the question was like, "What's it like doing this?" And you said, "I don't know. I'm doing it. This is the first time I'm doing it, and the show was a success." We've had a minute to kind of like look back on that initial season. What was it like looking back on it?
What?
The initial success of The Simple Life and why it became so successful and stuff like that.
It's exciting. I think it's a really amazing show, and Peter and Murray are a really good production team, and they put together a great show, and I love it, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Now, when you say something like this is probably one of the best seasons yet, the 3 seasons have done really well. So that's actually a pretty strong statement in a way. What do you owe that to? Is it more that you've been doing this for a while, or they put you in better situations? Like, what made it kind of fun? And
Well, first of all, I was happy, and that's a big part of it, because on the other seasons I was happy sometimes, but a lot of the time it just was hard being away from home. And now this season I got to sleep in my own bed every night, and we were 10 different really, really diversified families, and each family is different from the next, so it was exciting to see what they would plan next. And it's a look in my real life, and the fans and people will get to see inside my house and things that people have never seen before, and it was just a good experience. I loved it.
being a mom, how was that? What was that like?
It's a lot of work, and it really makes me respect all the housewives out there, and it's a lot of work.
Well, I mean, I will say this in the interviews that I have caught in the past with you, when you would talk about the other shows and doing the menial jobs and stuff like that, it seemed that you were genuine when you said that you have a lot of respect and you've learned a lot. Is that something that you actually knew when you signed on that you'd be getting out of that, or is that just kind of one of the added bonus?
No, I didn't really think about it. I just thought I was doing a show, but it's nice to learn that I can do all these things and, get to work at a fast food restaurant or do things like that that I would never get to do in my real life. And it really makes me, you know, appreciate everything and realize how hard everyone works.
Well, the one very interesting thing that's come as late is that I know that you get pitched a million projects to do, and it's been going on that for several years now. What are some of the things for yourself that you say, okay, I'm going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. Like how's that process? How's that creative process when within Paris Hilton Enterprises working?
I get pitched so many ideas every day, and I turn down mostly everything because I just want to do things that are right for my brand and things that I think are good for my business and as a businesswoman. And I only pick projects that I really believe in.
One of the things that another main reason why we're here today is because I know you have a passion for music, and we're the largest syndicator of music programming in the country, in the world. When did that passion, like, is this something, a passion that we didn't know about that you had when you were little, or?
Ever since I was a little girl, like I was in love with Madonna and I like was obsessed with her music and I would always sing and do things like that, but I was really shy. And then when I turned 19, I started writing music and did like a rock album and I liked it, but then met Scott Storch and he like really brought out the real artist in me and we just redid the whole album and it just I put my heart and soul in it and I worked every night till like 5 in the morning in the studio and was in Miami for 3 months doing this and just it was a lot of hard work and I really grew as a person and that's what I'm most talented at is my music and people are gonna be really blown away with this record. It's amazing.
What type of flavor? What type of? I mean, I hate asking artists to describe their music, but it's not. If someone doesn't know what to expect from you, it's an obvious question that I'm going to try and say it in the sweetest way. How do we
Uh,
describing what's coming up?
well, it's really cool because with my album, like there's so many singles on it that we can't even pick the first single. Like we don't even know which one to put out first, which is, a great problem to have. And it's just every song is amazing and every song is different. It's just like I have dance songs, I have a reggae song, I have um a cover of Rod Stewart's Do You Think I'm Sexy? I have um like Dr. Luke did some songs that are like I can't even describe. They're kind of like Daft Punk. Like every song is completely different from pop to hip hop. I have Fat Joe and Jada Kiss singing with me, and it's a sick album.
Just make sure Jada Kiss gets the right limo. One time you didn't get the right limo, and that was a problem for us. But well, you've been. I think I've read that you've been in a club or two. That's what.
I've been in like 20 clubs and played my record.
Exact. Well, but you've also, as someone who enjoys the club scene, and when I say that, meaning the music, I don't know if you enjoy the club scene, but if you enjoy the music, that's like a different perspective when you go in to create a record because you
Yeah.
kind of know what gets. Can you talk a little bit about how you?
Well, like when I started my record, and the reason I picked Scott Storch is because I go to clubs all the time because I love music and that's my passion. I like to know what people are listening to and what people are dancing to. So I watch and I listen, and I would just sit there and with like one of the people from Warner or whoever, and just write in my sidekick or whatever like what songs I liked, and every song that I wrote was Scott Storch. So I was like, I have to meet this guy. So I went to Miami, did this whole album together, and that's the music I like. And I think just being in the clubs and knowing what's cool, I know what people like.
What was really surprising is that my one of my big events. I kind of came out of retirement to do this interview because I did. Is we do Radio Music Awards, and we had over 100 stations there, and you came a couple times for us, which was fantastic. I'm a little even surprised about the way the programmers and the DJs were actually, in a sense, more excited to talk to you than the Mary J. Bliges of the world that I thought were. I'm like, wow, I was kind of pleasantly surprised. Um, what do you owe that to? What do you think? Is it part of the quote unquote Paris Hilton machine that goes on, or is it just that were they more about trying to find out if you were really true to being a musician, or?
During Vegas, I actually brought in like 30 people from the music into the studio at the Palms, and everyone was like, we walked in here, being like, yeah, right, this is gonna be like whatever. And we are all walking out of here as believers. This album is incredible. Like, people are losing their mind. And it really makes me happy. I'm really proud about it. And I think people like me because there's no one else out there like me.
Without a doubt. All right. I just want to help you promote some other stuff. I think you're going to be doing some handbags.
I have purse line coming out,
Talk a little bit-
sunglasses.
Talk to me about the handbags.
I have my new handbag line coming out soon, so I'm really excited about that. I designed everything.
And what to expect from what it's going to look like, you know.
It's fashionable, like bags that I would wear, but not as expensive. So I want people to be able to afford them.
You mentioned sunglasses as well.
Yeah, Paris Hilton sunglasses, I have my new perfume, watches.
And when you go in there, because I also get a sense that it's not like you just sign your name onto it, that you actually, this is kind of what I like.
Yeah.
What you just said with the handbags. Can you give me a little example of like how that would work with maybe the sunglasses or the watches or something like that?
Well, tomorrow at noon, I have a huge meeting with my whole team, and they come in and we sketch and we draw, and I pick things I like and fabrics and everything that I pick. I want it something that I would wear, and I want it to be, that because I want to be able to wear my product and like it actually. And I wouldn't want to put my name on anything that I don't believe in. And like the perfume, I mix together all the fragrances and I make the fragrance myself, and it's what I wear every day.
It smells nice. I can't smell it. I'm sure it smells nice. Okay. I guess the last question would, any more books coming out or no?
I'm developing another book right now. Yeah.
What kind of passion you get from that you like, is that just like fun?
I don't know, my book was like on the New York Times bestsellers list for a while, so it's cool to be an author like that.
Kind of tongue in cheek. I mean, I even read some.
It's fun.
It's funny,
Yeah.
important. All right, and then the last question is the future question. It's everyone asks it. Not necessarily in the world, but more importantly for you, what, where do you see, what do you see this going?
I don't know, I'm just having a great time. I'm a businesswoman. I have my music I love and continue to do movies, and then eventually have a family and settle down, but still be my brand.
Well, Simple Life gave you a little taste of what the family thing was. You learned something. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We're done. That was short and sweet and to the point. My interview with Paris Whitney Hilton, American media personality, businesswoman, socialite. She was sharp, brand focused, already mapping out an empire. And here's the wild part. She actually pulled it off. I think as of today, she's launched over 45 branded stores worldwide. Her fragrance line alone has grossed over a couple billion. Yes, that's billion with a B. And she's quietly built one of the most successful celebrity licensing empires of the last 20 years. So music, fashion, motherhood, she's done it all, to quote Howard Stern, on her terms. So I'm genuinely impressed and kind of happy for her. So that was Paris Hilton from The Vault. More classic conversations coming soon. I'll do Nicole Richie next. Just press play.